Hungar the Starvarians.
Howdy, folks.
Hungar's chaotic neutral live stream. Woot woot! I am back, bitches. And I know everybody's all like thrilled and happy that I'm off a hiatus.
Absolutely, because that means you're feeling better, and that's what's really important.
Which, can't blame everybody. I can't believe Justin, who asked me to start the show at noon, is late.
Hey, Raven.
Logan.
I told her that you changed the schedule this morning. Hey, what's up, Cody?
Cody. Man, great game the other day, bro. Oh, look who's here.
Look who's here.
We got us a bear.
We got ourselves a hillbilly. Look at that there. Diddly-doo-doo. What's up, punk?
Hey, man, what's happening? And he's gone.
No, that was me. If he's going to be a jackass.
Hey, fuck your couch.
Bear comes in choosing violence and fuck Hungar.
You can't pick a better day for violence than Monday. I think they wrote a song about it.
Hungar's not going to be freaking whatever, monetized anyway, so fucking. Look at this late little bitch.
Sorry, turns out we're having some construction going on, so if you hear any
you cannot be any louder than Shadow's smoke detector.
Oh, it was pretty loud up until about 4 minutes ago.
And it was you who asked me to start the show at noon, and you can't even show up on time?
Yeah. Well, you talked to young Master Gregory, okay? He kept me up until 5 in the morning this morning.
I told Shadwell that you were up with a boy playing Conan all night.
Yeah.
I got up, talked to my nurse, ate some kimchi ramen. It's been a good day. I cooked shrimp with my ramen, so it was awesome.
Yeah, we had the traditional bacon, sausage, and toast.
Bear, you're still here, man.
Yeah, I know.
Why are you sending me messages on Discord?
I'm fucking acknowledging your existence. Jesus Christ, man. Like, are manners devoid in your fucking world?
On Mondays.
Oh, my God.
Hey, Brian, what's up?
Hey, Brian.
Doodle Squatch, Cody.
Yeah, how's it going, everybody? I'm surprised I've already got like all these people like joining at freaking 4 minutes. Most of you guys have made it before Justin did, and he's like the reason we started at noon.
Yeah, it's all my fault.
Denny's is just freaking Waffle House for people who can't fight.
I can't remember
American restaurants. They're food for people who have no taste.
I don't know. I used to go to Denny's in Vancouver. It was fine. It wasn't great, but it wasn't horrible.
See, I like Waffle House because you get dinner and a show.
I gotta admit, their moons over my hammy is pretty damn good.
The food was so bad they couldn't last a year in Toronto. Bear tells me Charles is sitting at the Universal all the time. So.
Good. Had a good show. A couple of good events.
Yeah, started rolling last night. The game I was in last night was really good. Had a lot of fun with that. I played in this game on Saturday that was just fucking spectacular. If you guys hadn't heard about it.
Yeah. No, I haven't.
The DM was okay, but the players are spectacular.
DM was such a slack ass.
Dude, you put so much. It seems you put so much into your worlds, man. It's I don't even know how you do it.
You know, and I took an autistic test today because a friend of mine, she thinks she's autistic, so we took a test together, and I scored literally no signs of autism. She scored very likely autistic. It was really funny, but it's like when it comes to world design, I got it.
Yeah, I figured you'd be like Spectrum +1.
No. The only thing I'm aware of Hungar doing on Saturday was playing Candy Crush. So
The Candy Crush Soda.
it doesn't say that
Thank
on
you,
Discord.
Brian. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you to say. But you know what? A DM's only as good as his players, and I was really fortunate to have an amazing team of players that day. Like everyone clicked really well.
Yeah, you had like a few good players and then a slacker.
Playing Candy Crush.
I'm the slacker.
Ultimate Omelet. I read that because of my dyslexia. I saw Ultima Online for me, and I'm like, what the fuck? Who's still playing Ultima Online?
I thought it was Ultima Online at first too.
Yeah.
So everybody had a good weekend.
Yep.
It was good, yeah.
Yep. Justin was with me last night, and a bunch of other scoundrels rolling up characters for my AD&D game starting next
I
week.
heard about this. You're doing some Pirates of Darkwater or something like that, huh?
Kind of. Yeah, it's definitely a water world, very little land masses, a really diverse group of characters. Brian's going to be there. Omenal, Mac Thompson.
Make Omenal play a mute. That'll challenge him role playing.
Yeah, no. You know what? Me and Owen go back pretty far. He's a good guy. He likes to talk.
I
He
like
really
him a
should
lot,
have-
but I bust his chops about the nonstop blah blah blah. Man, come on.
Waterworld is like Kevin Costner's best movie ever.
Yeah.
It's up there. It's up there. I'm a big fan of The Postman as well.
Postman's a good movie. I enjoyed that.
And
I
of
like
course,
the book
was a
better.
good movie.
The book is really cool.
Yeah.
Postman had Tom Petty,
Yes, it did.
and
Yes.
I am a Tom Petty fan.
yep, Tom Petty was awesome.
But the movie didn't have an AI and a cult of feminists. So it sucked.
The movie Tom Petty's a Florida boy.
Like, those were the best parts of the book.
The feminist cult. We didn't want to make it too much like reality
Right,
with all that toxic feminism.
pretty much. Although I think my favorite of his is probably Silverado.
Silverado's a great flick.
Yeah, it's the Four Musketeers as a Western. Sign me up.
I know I've seen it, but I don't remember a thing about it.
Silverado is my
Danny
second
Glover.
favorite Western of all time.
Good choice. Good choice.
I gotta ask what your first
Oh,
favorite was.
Tombstone, without a doubt, Tombstone.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes all the sense.
But man, there's that bit in Silverado where John Glenn's out shooting off like the pricks off of fucking cacti and all that, and then Jeff Fahey and the boys show up. He's like, "You're out of ammo." It's like, "Fuck!" He's like, "He's getting a beating now." Shit, it's a good movie.
Jeff Fahey is such a weirdo. He's just got that look, just like. I mean, in addition to being, Tommy Shaw's apparent twin brother, he's just got something weird going on in those eyes.
Mm-hmm. I'm not a huge fan of the genre, so whenever I get asked that question, I say Back to the Future 3.
Is your favorite Western? That counts.
Yeah.
Mine's probably The Great Silence. Probably nobody's ever heard of it, but
Heard of it, never seen it.
yeah,
Outlaw.
it's a mute gunslinger out in the snow, which is just gives a whole different feel and look to it because instead of everything being beige, everything's covered in snow, and it just makes it more just different, I guess.
Outlaw Josie Wells.
Yeah, those are all good. My top three though are Tombstone, Silverado, and The Searchers.
Searchers. Never even heard of that
John
one.
Wayne.
My top three are Outlaw Josie Wells, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and Tombstone.
Nice.
I don't have a top three.
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is just classic.
And insert, believe me, that movie is
Hombre
very,
with Paul Newman.
if you want to know what they have planned for us in the future, well, and by us I don't mean us because we're too old. Logan's Run is exactly what they want.
I got a
Renew,
question.
renew.
Is Jeremiah Jackson
Protein from the
Jeremiah Johnson? Is that a Western?
Jeremiah Johnson.
I've never seen it,
No
so I
idea.
couldn't tell you.
No idea.
Paul, frickin' the dude who does Sundance Film Festival.
Oh
No.
no,
No.
Robert Redford.
Yeah, Robert Redford. Jeremiah Johnson went up into the mountains. Is Jeremiah Johnson a Western there, Brian?
Don't know. Never seen it.
I'm asking Brian. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it.
I've been looking for a copy of 6 Days from the Condor.
Because if Jeremiah Johnson is considered a Western, that's my favorite Western of all time. That movie is just spectacular. And there's like whole areas, there's like whole parts of that movie where there's just no dialogue. But it's, I think it was directed by Sidney Poitier.
Speaking of Logan's Run, Hungar is the old man in the library with all the cats. Just waiting for all the young girls to come touch his wrinkly face.
Jeremiah Johnson came out in 1972.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I don't think I've even heard of it before.
Yeah, no, me neither.
I've heard of it, but I don't think I've seen it. Or at least if I've
such a
seen
great.
I don't
It is such
remember
a great film. It has a 91 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. When did it get that score?
Sidney Pollack was the director.
Sidney Pollack.
Robert Redford was the main actor. He's a guy who wants to go up into the mountains and become a fur trapper. Yeah, it's a great flick. It's a really, really, really good film.
Yeah, doesn't he have like the native wife or something?
Yeah, he has a native wife. He has a native wife, and he has a kid that a crazy lady gave him.
Yeah, and the reason why there's no dialogue is because they can't speak to each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
The boy doesn't speak. He's mute from what happened to his, brother, sister, and father.
Yeah.
They got scalped in front of him, and his wife, she doesn't speak English.
Yeah.
And Dean Powell, he arrived in Washington D.C.
He ran so far away, he had to get away.
But then he went back. So go figure.
And I ran so far away.
Flock of
And the
seagulls.
both the age of 20, not 30. But they felt for the movie they couldn't have a bunch of teenagers. It wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Garlic makes my feet stank.
And a lot of the people writing reports at the time blame the failure of the show on Star Wars because it looked well. I don't know how you feel about this, Bear, but I'm of the opinion that every movie made between 1969 and 1983 looks like it's filmed on a camcorder in someone's basement.
Not quite.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, though, right? Everything just looks really, really cheap during that.
I don't agree. I don't agree at all. I could show you some movies that would blow your mind just for the cinematography alone. It's the thing is that you have to understand that before Star Wars came along, the future had to look clean, right? It was the future. It was going to be clean and sterile.
But
and then Lucas comes along and shows us a sci-fi world that looks lived in, and that becomes the new trend.
It's not just sci-fi though. Like I remember watching Sneakers. Speaking of Robert Redford,
Love that movie.
and it looks like I could have done a better job with the
Sneakers was
equipment.
made in like 87, 88, even later.
Wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was early.
No,
80s.
Sneakers is quite late.
Then I'm thinking of another one.
92, man. Sneakers was made in 92.
Cody's saying Two Mules for Sister
92.
Sarah, which is a great
Then
film.
I'm thinking of a different
Squatch-
film.
Never saw it.
Doodle Squatch is saying Lonesome Dove. The Lonesome Dove series, all of them were fantastic.
Bret Hart was in them.
Never caught those.
Ricky Schroeder was in them.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not Sneakers I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the one with.
Yeah, I think I know the one you're talking about, but the name's
um, Sneakers is a great film though. I'm thinking of the one with.
Cowboy.
DG, you're thinking about leaving the key.
Nine. What was the Midnight Express? You ever seen Midnight Express, Justin?
Midnight Express. The name sounds familiar, but
78 film about a guy who gets caught smuggling heroin
Yep.
in Turkey or something like
oh
that.
yeah. He spends the whole
That
time.
doesn't look like you shot it in your basement, I promise you.
No, but I give that more leeway because of the set, right? It's very
All right, Dirty
grimy.
Harry. Watch all the Dirty Harry movies.
Yeah.
They don't look like they were shot in your basement. You know, like it's a blanket statement you're making that is a little disingenuous only because it depends on what films you're choosing to watch. There were tons of really high budget, really good looking movies made between
Yes.
69 and 70 and 83 is your era of choice. The thing is, it's only in 69 when Hollywood stops not making movies for their audience anymore, right? Basically, they had lost their script and they were losing money because they kept doing westerns and they kept doing musicals and nobody wanted to watch them anymore. But just like today, they kept churning out garbage that no one wanted to see. Meanwhile, Corman and the boys were making giant monster movies and counterculture movies. And then Hollywood figured out that's what people wanted to see. They dove in. Jaws is a Corman film with a budget. You know what I mean? And a good director. That's all that is.
Yeah,
So,
there's not been a film that's come out in the last 5 years that I've been excited about.
nothing, man. Yeah, exactly. Godfather, Taxi Driver, Bridge Too Far. I mean, there's tons of amazing movies made in that period.
Yeah, but I can see where Justin's coming from too. A lot of them seems like they were filmed on camcorder.
Yeah, like really high budget films
with
like
crappy set of photography.
Well, it's because they were learning to do different lighting techniques at the time, and this was the big deal.
That's
right?
probably it.
This is why. What's his name? Not Taxi. Jesus Christ, Thief. Michael Mann was a revelation for Hollywood because he came along and he understood lighting. But go watch The Warriors, and you're going to see something that you will not see in any film of that period, which is that the Walter Hill did not light his sets. He used the ambient city street lighting, so it has that weird coloration and stuff. It's really cool.
I love The Warriors,
but that's I love The Warriors too. It's a great film, but that's another it's got a certain
grittiness to it.
Yeah, but
But that was the 70s.
Yeah.
Everything.
I know a lot of my favorites are, that have that graininess to them, but I can excuse that if the story is compelling. I'm more of a book guy to begin with, so my imagination is running wild even when I'm watching a movie.
Sure.
Probably why I don't watch so many.
It's the same thing. I watch movies and I start thinking of plot things that aren't going to happen, but I want to see anyway. But either of you guys watched Network?
Network, the one where the guy goes.
Nuts a couple times.
Yeah, I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore.
Yeah.
I discovered that film in 97, 98, and I just was like, Jesus Christ, this was a prophecy.
Oh yeah,
this film was 100% a prophecy of where we are now.
Yeah, that's why my other favorites are, as everybody knows, Silent Running, Silent Green, Rollerball, and then Logan's Run. Almost in that order. They tell a lot of what's going on, and that was a long freaking time ago. That's 72, fair. I think, through 78, 79, and lo and behold, we're looking at all of that.
I like Omega Man.
Mega
Yeah,
Man.
that's another one of
Yeah.
my favorites.
Now that
The mo-
looks like a cheap piece of shit, but it's still a good movie.
yeah, the
Right,
movie I was
right.
thinking about earlier was The Conversation.
Oh God, yeah, that's
Yeah.
Silent Running,
that's a
hippie.
spy thriller. Yeah, you ever see
Yeah.
the remake? You ever see
goddamn
the
hippie.
sequel to The Conversation?
No, there was a sequel.
Yeah, it's an unofficial sequel. It's the one with Will Smith and what's his name? Gene Hackman comes back playing the same character he played in The Conversation. And
Oh,
it's
Enemy of the State.
Enemy of the States, the unofficial sequel to The Conversation. When they were making it, just like in The Rock, when they made the movie The Rock, they all agreed we're making a James Bond movie, and this character is James Bond, even though we can't name him that. Same thing for the Enemy of the State, where this is a sequel to The Conversation, even though we can't say it because we don't have the rights.
And Gene Hackman steals every scene he's in. One of my easily top 3 favorite actors.
He will always be Lex Luthor to me.
Yeah.
Yep. And I channel him every time I run a villain, regardless of the genre. I'm channeling Gene Hackman or a couple of others that I'm going to keep,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always space on his name though. Always, whenever he comes up on my end, I just totally like. I have his name. I go to say it, and it's just gone until I look it up. You know.
So for the Mega Man, there's a moment where Charlton Heston is shooting off his SMG, and he gets a jam, and he clears the fucking jam, and then continues shooting. Any other actor would have just stopped and been like, "Gun's not working." Fucking Heston clears the jam and keeps this fucking scene going, man. Like that's a fucking.
Yeah.
dude.
He was the president of the American
NRA.
Actors Association.
Yep.
Yeah, it would be kind of wrong if he didn't know how to do that.
Man, our power dropped last night for like 3 hours, and it got down to 7 degrees Celsius in my house.
master of the NRA. Exactly. Yeah.
I was so mad.
I'm actually doing a prepper video this week on cold weather, tips for people out there who may not
How would
have
you
any
know?
clue what to do. What?
How do you know anything about cold weather?
Because I've been studying wilderness survival my whole life. That's how.
Academic.
I've been in cold weather. And
in
one of the
cold
tips
weather.
of survival is don't be where you don't want to be.
Spartacus, that was a great film.
Yeah. Spartacus.
Do you like
Running-
movies
running
about
against
gladiators, Timmy?
You ever been in a Turkish prison, Timmy?
Have you ever seen a grown man naked?
When Rusty rubs up against your leg, do you like that, Timmy?
Like
I have no
an
idea
airplane?
what you're
I
referencing.
literally can't watch anything with Arnold in anymore. I just can't. After that, F my freedom, done. Sorry.
Airplane was a great movie.
Yeah, we're not talking about Schwarzenegger. We're talking about Airplane. And Airplane
No,
2.
insert name brought it up.
Yeah, I like Running Man. It's a good movie. It's another one of those.
Running Man is a great movie.
Total Recall was phenomenal until the end, with that fake bulgy eye sequence. But other than that, it was great. But I that's one of the things about movies, because I worked behind the scenes in Hollywood, so I know who the scumbags are.
Yeah,
I
welcome to my world.
can't like separate the two. If I
Welcome
find
to
out
my
you're a
world, man.
scumbag, all your work is null and void to me.
So look,
Well, I used to.
I don't
be
want to
like
go.
that.
Go ahead, Hungar. Sorry.
I used to be like that with. I just don't want to watch anything Tom Cruise was in because, the dude's a fucking whack jaw.
Cruise, yeah, but he's a good actor.
But I finally broke down and watched some of his movies that my family told me to watch, like the one where he's with that one woman and he's flying around in that white freaking little spaceship thing.
So
Oblivion?
that's Elysium. That's a good movie.
Yeah, it was great. I started
Not
watching some of his
Oblivion.
movies, and they were great films.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Shadow, just like not to get too deep into it, right? This is why whenever I see people going, the QAnon people are stupid, I'm like, well, they're right about a couple of things about Hollywood, though. And, I spent 20 plus years in that fucking industry, and there's lots of horrible shit going on you don't know about,
Well,
and it usually involves sex pests,
yeah, I
The
personally
problem is
think
that was what my job was, and that's why I have such an issue.
I personally think the
Not
whole
doing
QAnon
it,
thing is specifically designed
preventing
to make people pointing that stuff out look crazy. That's the whole purpose of it.
Okay, look, I'll just put it this way. Without saying the name of the director, he made some X movies that had Wolverines and Cyclopses in them. You might know who that director is. He shot here in Montreal. He was renowned for having what they called Video Village Boys. So Video Village is a little tent area they set up where the director can watch what's happening through the camera on monitors, right? That's Video Village. And you don't hang out in Video Village unless you're given permission to hang out in Video Village. Well, he was renowned for bringing in these twinks to hang out with him in Video Village all day long. You understand?
I'm not surprised. Hollywood is... Cat Williams said it. Cat Williams said it best. He's like, my whole goal was to make it this long in this industry without losing the virginity of my anus or my mouth. And he's like, I finally did it. And you can tell the people in the industry, the black people in the industry who didn't do it, because they all have light-skinned wives and short hair now.
Well, Chappelle put it best. He goes, they would constantly get black guys to do drag in movies, right?
Yeah, he's like, I'm
not fucking doing it. I'm just not fucking doing it.
Chappelle and Cat Williams are both like, we're not doing drag. Like, they wanted Cat Williams to be in Big Mama's House too, and he's like, we could do this movie about anything. Why do we have to do drag in this movie? You've already done that. He's like, I am not wearing a dress.
Yeah.
A twink is not a cream-filled pastry from America, but it could be described as such.
Yeah, it does get cream-filled often.
And it is flaky.
I made Shadow do a fucking face palm. I win. Yay!
It's not that hard these days. It really isn't.
All right, let's talk about role-playing games. Let's get off this dark fucking...
Why? My show is not about role-playing games.
Okay, let's talk about Hungar's beard.
The hell I want to.
Hey, who wants to take bets that there's an entire fucking clan of like pixies living in Hungar's beard?
I ain't taking that. I'd lose that bet.
Yeah, I was thinking squirrels, but I could see pixies.
My beard is well taken care of, you bastards.
I'm not saying it's bad. That's why they live there, because it's a great ecosystem for them.
Yeah. Each of those pixies has a squirrel for a steed.
Ryan says so. He's into twinks, literally.
Yeah. Sadly, yeah.
And younger.
Yikes.
There's actually a documentary you can find on YouTube that got banned, and then they released it for free on YouTube called I think it's The Biggest Secret or something, and it's just a documentary about all the pederasty that goes on in Hollywood. It's really disturbing. Like, it's really disturbing.
Yeah, you guys have no idea.
Yeah, but singer there, he's supposed to be into much younger than.
That's what the documentary's about, and he gets named in it more than once.
Yeah.
Yeah, those 85,000, you'll never see them again.
Yeah.
Well, think about this. How many people go missing just in the U.S. every year?
Over 3 million.
Yeah.
And
Now, there's a large percentage of them are legitimate, fell down a hole, passed out in the woods or ran away from home. And,
He's a guide.
But there is still a large, disturbing number that are never heard from again.
Yeah, I did a whole show with Raven about that. And then when you add the rest of the numbers worldwide, it's staggering.
Well, in Japan, there's actual companies that can help you disappear and start a new life.
Yeah. Well, I wish we had one of those here.
You want that for some reason?
Yeah, Brian. That was as of 2022.
Shadow, have you gone down the mud flood Tartaria hole yet?
Never even heard of it.
Okay, there's some homework for you and I to have a conversation at a future point in time on.
Yeah, send me a link, or at least remind me of the name.
I'll throw you something on Discord. But
is that the Tartarian theory that says all the architecture?
That it's tied to that. It's tied to this ancient empire of Tartaria that's been erased from history, and then the mud flood about all these weird buildings that have like complete lower levels beneath earth level. That when they uncover them, it's like, why would you build this and stuff like that? It's pretty crazy shit.
Kind of like that place in is it Turkey? I forget that.
Oh no, it's not. No, it's like stuff done in the 1800s.
Oh,
it's fucked up.
There are buildings in like Louisiana that were sinking, so they just add another level to the top.
Yeah, but that wasn't happening in New York and Chicago, where you
Yeah.
still find this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. In that case,
Or in Kingston,
I-
Ontario, or
I would say
Washington.
secret societies in that case, but
It's
They
pretty
say
fucked up.
that 90,000 missing persons are not found each year. 90,000.
Oh, it's
That's a
way
huge
more
number.
than
That's
that.
not
That's
global.
what they say. I would say it's more than that, but they also say there's only 595,000 missing people every year in the U.S. I'd say it's
That's-
more than that.
It's way more. It's way more. They've actually started curtailing those numbers as more people talk about it. You know.
Yeah, of course they don't want us to know.
Yeah.
it's also
And the
harder
weird
to
thing
go
is, it's
missing
not
than it
always
used to be.
like children. That's what bothers me. Is the appetites of these monsters is voracious.
Yeah.
Oh, Raven, the Alaska Triangle is terrifying. The Alaska Triangle, when you start looking into that, that is a fucking rabbit hole, man.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, hey, are you guys watching True Detective season 4?
No.
No,
It's
I only watched
amazing.
a specific scene from season 1.
Okay,
All I
season
watch
one-
is you guys, man.
So season
You
1
watched
was
the
really
one
good.
with the chick.
Yeah.
Season 1 was really, really good, and season 4 they're tying everything. It looks like back to season 1. It's like, so it's all Carcosa and fucking weird. Have you seen the yellow sign and shit
Oh,
like
I love
this?
that shit.
Man. It's
Chambers
fucking
is-
intense.
Chambers was
Insert
freaking
name.
way ahead of his time.
Insert name. The most. I'd say the best apex predator on the planet is other human beings. Humans are the most dangerous animal on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't always.
We are now.
Yeah, but at one point in time, there's a really good Y-Files about fucking Neanderthals and how they were equivalent of orcs compared to us.
Oh yeah, the Neanderthal.
Oh yeah.
They're horrible.
It's funny because I watch the Y-Files every week.
Oh, it's such a good show.
But I know from experience and what have you that a lot of the stuff that he debunks is not accurate.
It's debatable. I'm always say it's debatable.
I can call it controlled opposition for a reason.
Take care, Cody.
Party on, Cody.
Some of the stuff is incredible, but a lot of it is just the party line, if you want to go that way, or it's just utter bullshit.
Well, I think he's gotten a little too close to some truth lately, and I imagine we're going to hear about him being a sex pest or something else real soon is going to come out about him.
I don't think so. If you go and watch one of his shows, and if you can, look at what's underneath the fishbowl.
Just tell me.
That's kind of like a clue.
What? Just tell me.
Oh, it's a book called Inside the CIA.
Oh yeah. So you're saying he's telling you that he's inside the CIA?
I think he's controlled opposition at best.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But he also has 3 pictures of Art Bell behind him.
Now, Neanderthal man,
wouldn't you? I mean, it wouldn't be hard to fake, being one of us kind of, imagery. Yeah. But, what I don't like the most is if you watch his live chats after the show, he turns into Bono. You know what I mean? He's a totally different character when he's not live. And that bothers me.
Okay. Now, I just want to say George Norrie sucked.
Yes, he did.
Never liked that guy.
He's iffy. I'll give you that. He'll never fill Art Bell's shoes, and try as he might, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah. Just glad to hear. Two-thirds of the people on the show agree with you.
Hecklefish is the best part of the show.
I love lizard people.
I know, right?
Lizard Look at Hungar. Hungar is so bored right now. He fell asleep.
You're supposed to say George Norrie sucks monkey balls.
George Norrie was awful. George Norrie was awful. All the guys that replaced Art Bell were awful.
Yeah.
Except for that one guy, the guy who's John B. Davis. No, John B. something. The guy was always like, well, I'm the captain on the boat with the bridge of the mothership. And he's got his own stuff, but he's super right wing, though.
My favorite is still, just despite what people might think, is Van Daniken. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't even be having these
All
conversations.
right, whose vibrators going?
That's the construction, man. They're ripping out some pipes.
It's his girlfriend. It's his girlfriend.
Yeah, it's my girlfriend.
It's his personal sexual toy up his bum, and his girlfriend's got the phone. She's going.
Yes, he actually got an actual spit take. Thank God I paid a bundle for this laptop, or I'd be going back to my tablet right now.
Shadwell, have you had any guys jerking it on your streams lately?
No, you know what? I took a couple of simple steps because between Rave and myself and a couple of other friends of ours who have channels, and the absolute barrage of a-holes that have come into our circle, we had to take
You deserve them, though.
Justin, mute your mic, man. Jesus, that's loud.
Yeah, we had to take some steps that are really simple, but some of the hackers that we have to deal with are pretty sophisticated for what they end up doing. You know, it's like you went to all that trouble to learn all those skills just to say the word, you know, whatever, on live camera instead of showing the same thing. It's really weird.
Well, you know, there's no. This is been about 20-25 years of, you know, anything for attention, right? Because mommy and daddy weren't home when they were kids. Mommy and daddy were working, unless there was just mommy or just daddy. So that they act like this doesn't surprise me, right? Like, doesn't surprise me. But I was coming up in the bar system, watching this generation first take its steps into the adult world. And I was always comparing what it was like being a bouncer in the late 80s to being a bouncer in the late 90s. You know what I mean? Different fucking world.
What's up, James? You know, Hungar, you were saying some stuff this morning about Jackie, and you guys have all met him, and you can see that he's vastly different in a lot of good ways. You know what's different about him that no other kid can say? He's had his dad at home with him 24/7 for 13 of his 15 years.
Because you're such a control freak.
I guess.
Yeah, you controlling a hole.
I literally knew his name when I was 14. You know,
too bad you can't control his, you know, the penis on your camera. But, you know, otherwise,
too bad you can't control guys whacking it off.
That's just my want to be trusting and good nature. You know,
I heard your YouTube channel is Bryan Singer's favorite now.
I wouldn't be surprised. You know, you think he'd leave something in the chat or the comment section, but I guess he wants to say
he uses a pseudonym.
John Hanson.
Yeah, it's L.
Chris Hanson's going to show up. Chris Hanson's going to show up on your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
You know, why couldn't it be somebody, you know, that everybody wants to see, but whatever. I guess I haven't risen to that level, and I probably never will, because now that I put in those systems in place to keep that sort of nonsense, you know, off the channel, I guess I'll never know.
Hey, if Summer Glau shows up topless in the chat, you let her on the fucking screen.
Holy Jesus, Justin.
Bear,
you know what?
1,100 freaking
I'll meet you halfway. If it's Miranda Bakara, she's got a free reign. Otherwise, you know.
So Hungar, man, like, I'm blown away still by that today. I can't get my brain around it. One of the Discordians went out and totaled up all the views of our live play from the 5 channels. 1,100.
Yeah, you're thanks, insert. That's nice of you to say.
You got to minus a few, because I went to every one of them and gave a like and a comment,
which is cool. But even if you take off like 50%, that's still 550 people.
Which one said that, Shadow?
The guy we don't talk about.
Hawkwomble?
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. I mean, that's, you know, I get where he comes from. That he and his old man had, you know, a very dysfunctional relationship, and I feel sorry for him. But because when my son heard those things, he laughed his ass off, knowing how untrue all of that is.
Stream.
It was just, dude, you're just you need help. Please get help. I want to see you get better. It's sad. I mean, if it was any of you guys that started, going off the deep end, we'd be, Jackie and I mean, would be just as concerned and you know prayerful for you guys, just the same.
Thank you for your
We had a
concern,
lot of
bro.
good times with it. We did. We really, honestly did.
Fair enough.
You went off the deep end.
Justin needs all your prayers. There isn't enough prayer in the world for Justin. If you were to unify all the Abrahamic religions into one prayer group, which would be a couple billion people,
Oh man,
Justin's still
you're
going
way
to
too
hell.
hard on poor Justin. I like you a lot, Justin. I wouldn't invite you into my world, so to speak, if I didn't see some good things. And it's not what you guys might think. I notice things. I usually keep my mouth shut and just carry on.
Dude, I bust Justin's chocolate. He and I talk behind the scenes. He knows how to
yeah.
Hey, dude.
No, you hate me, bro. You hate me.
I fucking hate you. I only put up with you because Hungar. That's the only reason I put up with you.
Oh, yeah, Hungar's got his hand up there.
Working the fucking head, huh? Okay.
Oh God. Thank you for this Monday.
I should go back to sleep.
Messages. Awesome.
You going back to sleep, Hungar?
I said I should.
All right. Well, bye. Jeez.
Prayer of Voltron cannot save Justin.
Wow. That's... Oof. Sorry, Justin. You're going to hell, apparently.
I'm sorry, bro, but my
It's
head is
okay.
made out of three
When I get to
rings
heaven,
or four
I'll
rings.
form a posse.
doesn't-
We'll come get your ass out. That movie, What Dreams May Come, is so high
That
up on
dreams may come.
Such a
Jesus
good
Christ.
movie.
What
It
dreams may
was.
come.
Oh, and the special effects to this day are just they blow my mind.
Did Hungar just say wet dreams may come?
I don't think
so.
May is the question at that point. I think it's really just they do.
Yeah, well,
talking to Victor.
morphine's a powerful drug.
I was talking to Victor Gorbachev in a chat yesterday in Discord while we were on your show, Bear, about me and him collaborating on a game. And
Why don't you finish a comic book, bro?
I am going to finish my comic book.
I want to see how I die in a hilarious manner.
You're going to die by a carnivorous plant.
Oh, I want more hilarious than that.
Oh, it's going to be hilarious because your feet's going to be sticking up out of the mouth and you're going to be yelling from inside of the plant. And I'm going to be like, oh, deal with it yourself, you little wuss.
I ain't no little wuss.
Remind me later, Brian. I'll give it a look-see.
I want that more hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I thought about this every time people talk about their projects. There's a lot of great talent out there, amongst us. But I don't want to get bogged down with the rules. I want to do the settings. That's my passion is new worlds. When I was a kid, seeing Tatooine and Dagobah and
you mean all the desert worlds?
Well, not just that, but even Hoth, just the idea of the whole idea of new worlds. Star Trek really never got it for me. They all seemed, because of the setting, the props. It was just like this doesn't feel all that new to me. You know what I mean?
You want to know
that actual part right with me? I wanted to see, new vistas, things that you never see before.
The show that's worse for that, though,
Yeah.
the worst show for that is Doctor Who. Everything happens in London.
No, actually,
Old Doctor Who wasn't like that.
Blake 7 was far worse. Everything happened in a gravel pit.
Yeah. Still a better
it
show,
was,
though.
it was a great show. I loved it. It was so different, and brutal in a lot of ways compared to, the happy aspirational aspects of that era. It was just like, oh my God, the first episode they're talking about, the hero being a child molester. I'm just like, what the fuck? Wow.
What?
Yeah, in Blake 7, the first episode, the hero gets accused of inappropriate sexual behavior.
It's the police state empire, Justin. So they basically
I've seen it. I just don't remember that.
Yeah,
Justin gets eaten by a swarm of piranha.
This, you guys start taking notes from insert name here. Right?
Just take notes. Okay, I didn't realize. I didn't bring a
This
pen.
guy knows how to kill me ridiculously.
That would be hilarious, but it'd be vegan pizza pockets.
Feminist,
twist that knife a
feminist
little more.
vegan pizza pocket.
Feminist
Feminism.
vegan
It's a
pizza
lie.
pockets. That's right.
You got a problem with feminism, bro?
Yep.
Yeah. When Connell's done his review of the Dresden Files with Mark, he and I are going to do the Gilmore Girls. It's my favorite TV show, man.
No, you guys should do Dawson's Creek because I know you watch that shit all the time.
No, I really
I don't want to
I
wait.
know I'm on drugs. Did you
Oh
just say
man,
your favorite show is the Gilmore Girls?
yeah, it's my all-time favorite TV show. You don't like the Gilmore Girls, bro?
That sounds awesome.
You know what? That doesn't sound bad. The only problem is I can't wait to get off this planet that I rarely ever take the real world as my game setting, even copies of it. I want to see new stuff. I want to be in worlds that you know I know are out there, but I can't get to yet.
Listen, in my campaign, I have my Islam stand-in called Zahirism, and I have my Christianity, which is called Erastianity. And someone literally posted a comment on Legion of Myth going, well, actually, there was some disconnect between your Christianity and your Islam. You need to read this book. And I'm like, I resist the urge to type, they're made-up bullshit fake religions that I created, dude. Don't read too deep into it. Like,
Yeah.
Come on.
I was just too lazy to make them too unique.
Exactly. Because when it comes to my world building, that's what I'm renowned for, being lazy.
No, but you know, if you're using abstracts,
You know,
Yeah.
I don't find it all that hard work to come up with new stuff. Probably because I'm not a big fan of history, not a big student of it. You know,
You
in the
never
United
think
States,
about Rome.
literally through high school,
yeah,
not even high school. I can literally say for most of my education in the public domain, history class was the same book, regardless of grade, per school. And you would just go back to the beginning, and we would never get past or even get to World War II. It was just over and over, just
be
drilling
thankful.
in, you know, some of the most basic, you know, eras of history. And
eras of American history. Just
no, it was more or less world history, but it was just so banal. I just couldn't get into it after the first, you know, like the first year of elementary school, the first year of middle school, the first year of high school. And by high school, I was so into, you know, walking out of class whenever I felt like it because they just, you know, didn't do anything about it. That,
Yeah, but how are you going to be a good factory worker if you leave the indoctrination center?
Yeah.
Actually, I did work at a Sunny Delight factory for a little bit. And
I just had some ID the other day.
yeah, you don't want to drink that stuff. It's mostly plastic.
Yeah, and
There's never been a fruit
certain
in one of those
names
bottles ever.
Well, there has, but you don't want to hear about it.
And certain names here says if you want Brian to chime in, just use the right bait. And you know, and certain name here is a master bait.
Hey, Bear, I think we're even.
Master baiter. And all you got to do is just throw a pizza pocket on that hook. And
Bear, I think we're
That's me.
even on the face
Chief
palms.
Bucket.
what's her what?
I think we're even on the face palms.
Yeah, well, fair. Now, the reason why I use real world stuff as a basis or an inspiration, historically, religious, culturally, whatever, is because I want the players to be able to go, oh, I recognize this on some level.
Mm-hmm.
And then as a result, they have a better buy-in than going, okay, you're in the land of Flugorgandon, and in Flugorgandon, the Church of Blue rules everything, and it is blue because the 8th moon of the septic tank is blue. And then they're like, what the fuck? You know, they don't buy in. But if you give them a little bit of a thing that they can relate to from what they grew up with, their culture, their history, their what have you, then they'll buy in more.
Mm-hmm.
I do the exact opposite, but that's because I've read so much fantasy and fiction as my thing. I can sometimes like pull a reference from, you know, a movie or a book or something like that.
Sure.
And hopefully that works. And if not, you know, we muddle through it. Because I wanted to do a topic somewhere I've been in a bunch of games lately uh, as a player, which is really a new experience for me, being an eternal DM. And I want to title it something like making the players give a shit about your world. I have been in so many generic towns and villages and cities and kingdoms that I'm like, yeah, it's another place. Let's move on to the stuff. How do you get people to actually care about their hometown, their home village, their home country, any of that? I just check out a lot of the time. I'm like, yeah, I should be taking notes, and I'm like, I know it's not going to matter. I know we're going to be in a new place.
Well, it matters in my worlds.
Right.
It matters.
I'm looking for ways to make people care and get invested in a place. Um, maybe you guys would be interested in.
Well, it's not going to be hard in your place. There are like 4 locations that are permanent, and the rest are ships. And it's all like the ocean of over there, the other ocean of over there, and the ocean of that way.
And the sea of just over there next door.
No, that would require there to be land around it.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
Yeah, I've made it as simple as possible, so there isn't a lot to have to worry about. And like when you're playing in like Greyhawk, I'm just like, oh, I ran Greyhawk for years, and I still couldn't give a shit. I can't remember one place in all of Greyhawk, other than the barrier peaks that stuck in my head. You know what I mean? It just all seemed the same.
I'm thinking Sheldomar Valley. I remember that place.
But you know what I mean? It's very easy to fall into that trap of, everything is very samey, or it's just like this place, and you don't get, like, that's one of the things I liked about Fritz Lieber's Grey Mouser and Fafford. You really got into those slums, those awful places, but it wasn't because of a good thing. It seemed like because it was so bad that made it more memorable.
Lonkmar.
Yeah, I love that. That's one of my favorite actual, not my worlds. I really
nerd.
Hey.
No. I've done some extensive traveling. I want to go out there instead of down here. What's up, nerds? Yeah.
How you doing, Nighthawk?
So in a hole lived a shadow? Was that it? Oh my god!
In a hole in the ground
right?
lived a shadow. It was a dusty, mangy, worm-filled hole full of.
Don't forget damp and smelly.
Yeah.
Don't forget damp.
And it tried to influence control over everyone that walked past.
It was a very controlling hole.
Sounds like most women.
Wow.
Fair enough. It's my turn. I can take it.
I told Mr. Max he had to be here.
Mr. Max said that he would be sleeping.
I hate to say, but I'm actually kind of missing the old love.
You can't make the Bitcoin millionaires do what they don't want to do.
Shit.
Yeah. No.
I'm looking forward to the crash of Bitcoin so much. I cannot wait for that fucking thing to collapse.
It already has.
No, I mean really collapse. Like become a Dogecoin. You know
It
what I mean?
will collapse and then it will get stronger. I'm waiting for it to collapse again so I can buy some of it.
Yeah, because it's just a secular market at this point. Like, as long as people are making money off of it, it will keep existing. Because it's going down is what pumps it back up.
Yeah, I think there was a time to get out, and hopefully my friends that are in it did so. I have one friend who made a freaking veritable fortune, and he hasn't talked about it in years, so I'm hoping he got the hell out and isn't just.
It's not a problem.
It's time for a Hungar show.
No, it's time for me to get ready for work in 5 minutes. No, it's not. It's not the tulip market there. Fair.
Hey, no, sorry.
Oh, I'm frozen.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't do anything about it. It's this weird. Ever since the last Windows update, my camera fucking freezes on me, which is weird. Oh well. You'll have to go without my pretty face.
No. Oh, that went down the wrong way. What do
That's
you guys
what
think,
she
though?
said.
You guys want to do a show talking about making your worlds, making it so that ways to make people give a shit,
No,
the land.
I don't, because I don't like to do shows that have topics.
That's fair. I'm doing UFO reaction video on Bear's Cave tonight.
Okay. In
What time?
8 p.m. Eastern.
and Shadow, you having a topic is less functional than Hungar having one.
That's not true. I think I've done pretty well on table breakers and gatekeepers.
Are those on your channel though?
They have been. I haven't done it lately on my because I don't want to take stuff away from Jade. I want to help him out, and I noticed that with certain people when they share their stream, it really isn't doing anybody a favor. Not everybody. Some people that works fine, but when you can't break 20 views on 3 channels, 4 channels, you'd be better off sticking, and making it on one guy's channel.
You're
And
diluting the viewer count too much for it to be practical for anyone. Yeah, I get that.
yeah, I've noticed a huge increase on mine, and I'm very happy with it, and I want to see other friends of mine do well as like myself and others, and spreading it out like that. If you can't quite get to 100, you shouldn't be splitting it up. Once you can break 100, I think then if you want to go that route, that's cool, but it would be better to just do it on one guy's channel, maybe alternate or whatever, but to, do that with Jade, just, he's only at like 115 subscribers. So, it's going to be a while before he can actually break 100 views.
Fuck, we still haven't broken 100 views on anything I've done yet.
Well,
I never break 100 views.
Of course you have.
No, never broken 100. I've done the highest I think I've hit is 82, 83, something like that.
That's weird.
I don't know.
I get tons of post views, but not live views. I mean,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's I'm
post
talking,
views. I've got some stuff that's had over 1,000. Like it's.
yeah, I've broken a couple grand a couple of times, but that's
I
usually
never broke a couple grand.
that's because I do product reviews, and I know where the market is for those reviews.
I've got some shorts that are above 100, and I have a video that has 205 views, but that's my highest view count.
Yeah, like I say to you guys, if you're gonna make the shorts every now and then, advertising like special events, and have targeted to outside your community, and it'll be like
How
that.
do you designate it as a short? Is it just by minute count or second count?
No, there's a recording feature in the back.
Holy fuck!
What?
The highest view video I have is my one on why I love the D6 system. It's had 12,618 views. Jesus Christ!
Fucking show off.
Yeah, you
I'm
need to
shocked.
you need to do some more D6 content. I told you that a while ago.
Clearly, because the second highest is at 5,786 is when I did the D6 basics.
I tried telling
Good
you this a
God.
couple of months ago, man, and you brushed me off as the crazy.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and, you gotta listen to Justin. He never lies to you. He's just goofy about it.
Yeah, you don't want to know how much money I made on that video because it's fucking heartbreaking.
Like $12.
Analytics. Hang on.
Hey, Mobius.
$20.
What's up, man?
But it's evergreen, right?
I hope
So
Mobius will go and hit up some of those people. He wanted to know some stuff about BattleTech, so I included Hungar and James and some others.
Okay, well, I gotta bail out, guys.
Take care, Justin.
All right, buddy.
All later. Bye.
Well then,
Off to work.
Yeah, I got to do that too, but I'm gonna stick around here for a bit because I
Well,
kind of make my own hours.
I'm not going to stick around here for a little bit. I'm getting ready to end this.
Oh well, then I guess I'm going to go back to work.
It's Monday. Monday we stick to an hour.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Glad you're feeling better, brother.
Yeah.
Look at a nerd's nerd. She is always on point. All my homie fuck with D6s.
It's gotta hurt.
A nerd's nerd, we fucking love you. You're up there with Hungar status when it comes to people loving you. And that's pretty hardcore. And you're welcome,
is.
Planet Tabor, for the weird internet show. All my internet shows are crazy.
Yeah, you know the feeling.
I
It's gonna
can't
be
believe
hard.
you
It's gonna be
guys
hard
bored
pressed
me
for anybody
sleep.
to top my not so finest moment or moments.
What, when you have a guy
Yes,
whacking off on your show?
yes. I hope you guys never have to, deal with that sort of thing. But it's still funny. So what the hell?
It's hilarious, and we're gonna rag your ass for that for 100 years.
I
Never invite people that you do not know onto your show.
Hey, I would have never met Brian if it had not, been that open.
You
but
talked to
now-
Brian for a little bit on the show. Hey, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them all, and then you have.
The facts of life.
Facts of life.
That's right.
The facts of life. If you hear it from your brother, better check it with your mother. Better get it right.
Have fun storming the castle, nerd.
Think she'll make it?
Doubt it. They take a miracle.
Oh, that's right. But you were.
Make it.
And I'm going to end the show
All
because
right, guys.
I got some stuff I want to do, mainly sleep.
I know.
All right, brother.
I'm
Get some
gonna
rest.
throw some more logs on the fire and maybe do the same thing.
Nice. You guys have a great day. Thanks for joining in. Like, subscribe,
Always
and
a
hit that
pleasure.
little bell button if you want to. I don't give a shit if you do or not. I mean, I'm still going to do my show. Thanks for being here and listening to all of our bullshit. Peace, love, chicken grease.
Happy trails, folks.